Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to decode the massive, totally unseen cosmic machinery that literally drives our daily lives. Have you ever stopped to think about just how much we take the sky for granted? The sun comes up, it goes down, the seasons change, and the stars wheel overhead. It's just normal, right? But behind all of these familiar patterns is this intricate, beautifully synchronized mechanical dance of celestial bodies. In this explainer, we're going to break down the actual physics and geometry happening right under our feet, and, well, right above our heads. To get our minds in gear, I want to activate your curiosity right away with a pretty simple, everyday question. Why is the sun so blindingly high in the sky during the peak of summer, but it hangs so low and close to the horizon during the freezing winter? It's not like the sun itself has changed, right? So what is actually happening to shift our entire perspective? Hold on to that question, because solving it unlocks the whole puzzle of our planet.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start with cause and effect, look at the daily spin, zoom out to the yearly journey, and finally, decode our changing night sky.
Section 1. Cause and effect. Okay, let's dive right into this.
When a cause and effect relationship is recognized, scientists can use this information to explain a process or pattern, model the process, and possibly make predictions. Think of it like this. Scientists act a lot like detectives. They're always looking for the underlying mechanisms that explain why things happen. They don't just accept that, hey, it gets dark at night. They actually hunt for the exact physical cause of that effect. In fact, early astronomers used this exact cause and effect methodology to discover the mechanics behind day and night, way before we could ever send cameras into space to prove it.
Section 2. The daily spin. That brings us to our first major pattern, and really the most immediate one we experience, the cycle of day and night. To truly understand the mechanics here, we have to look at the axis. This is the invisible line that Earth rotates around. Imagine a giant skewer passing straight through the planet, from the North Pole all the way down to the South Pole. That's our axis, and it is the absolute foundation of our planet's daily spin.
Perpendicular to that axis is the equator, the imaginary line dividing Earth horizontally. If the axis is the vertical skewer, the equator is basically the horizontal belt wrapped right around the planet's waist. This gives us a perfect way to map out the geometry of our globe.
And that equator gives us our hemispheres, literally meaning half of a sphere. We've got the northern and southern halves. Knowing which hemisphere you're in is absolutely crucial for understanding how you specifically experience the sky above you.
And finally, rotation. This is the movement of Earth spinning on its axis, completing one full cycle every single day. When we piece all this vocabulary together, the cause of day and night becomes incredibly clear. The sun isn't actually moving across our sky. Instead, it's the Earth completing its daily rotation. The half of Earth pointed toward the sun gets daytime. The half facing away into the deep darkness of space, well, that half experiences nighttime. Cause and effect modeled perfectly.
Section 3. The yearly journey. Now that we've got a handle on the 24-hour cycle, we're going to zoom out from that daily spin to the grander 365-day cycle.
Now, it's so important to differentiate between a daily spin and a yearly orbit. These two words get mixed up all the time, but they are entirely different mechanical movements. Rotation is the Earth spinning on its axis, which gives us our one day. But revolution is the Earth physically traveling on a massive path and orbit around the sun. And that revolution takes a whole year to complete.
The really crucial point here is the tilt. Our invisible axis isn't perfectly straight up and down compared to our orbital path. It's permanently tilted at an angle. It's the combination of our yearly revolution around the sun and this permanent tilt that creates the seasons. As we revolve, sometimes the northern hemisphere is leaning toward the sun, and sometimes it's leaning away.
Because of this tilt and revolution, parts of the world experience 4 distinct seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. We instinctively know these environmental shifts, green grass in spring, freezing snow in winter, but these sweeping local changes are actually the direct effect of a massive mechanical cause happening millions of miles away in space.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world effect of Earth's tilt, right in our own backyards. Remember that question I asked you at the very beginning of this explainer? Why the sun is blindingly high in summer and hangs so low in winter? Well, here is our answer. During summer, your hemisphere is physically tilted toward the sun, so from your perspective on the ground, the sun's path appears to rise much higher into the sky. But in the winter, your hemisphere tilts away, so the sun's path stays much lower, just hovering closer to the horizon. The sun hasn't changed its behavior at all. Our tilted viewing angle has.
Section 4. Our changing night sky.
We've looked at the sun and our seasons, but to really appreciate this cosmic machine, we need to zoom out even further. Just as the sun dominates our daytime sky, constellations completely dominate the night. Constellations are just groups of stars that form recognizable patterns from our perspective here on Earth, like Ursa Major, which contains that famous inner pattern we all know as the Big Dipper. But here's the fascinating part. Just like the sun appears to move from east to west because of our daily rotation, the stars also appear to move, rotate, and change positions nightly. And more importantly, the specific constellations you can actually see in the early evening change drastically depending on whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall.
To really grasp why this happens, let's use a little mental theater and visualize a classic classroom model with students acting out the celestial bodies. Step 1. A large group of students forms a massive circle around the room. They represent the distant background stars. Step 2. One single student stands right in the center of the room. They're our sun. Step 3. One student represents the Earth, and they stand in the space right between the sun and the ring of stars.
Now we need to set some ground rules for our cosmic model. First, the Earth's student's head represents the North Pole, just to give us our orientation. Second, and this is incredibly important, the student acting as the sun and the students acting as the stars absolutely do not move. They are totally stationary. Third, the Earth student will orbit around the sun in a counterclockwise direction. So the Earth is literally the only thing actually moving in this entire room.
Let's put this model into motion and see how it builds our understanding of the real night sky. When the Earth student faces directly away from the sun student, they're looking out into the room at a specific section of the stars. That view right there represents the summer night sky. Now, as the Earth student physically revolves 1/4 of the way around the sun, their back is turned to a completely different wall of the room. When they look away from the sun now, they see an entirely different group of stars. That's the fall night sky. As Earth continues its yearly revolution, its night side is constantly being swept across a full 360-degree panoramic view of the universe, revealing winter stars, then spring stars, and right back again.
We've traced the incredible cause and effect mechanics of our spinning, tilted, revolving planet. Everything you see up there in the sky is the direct result of exactly where Earth is and how it is moving at this very second. So I'll leave you with this provocative thought. As you step outside and look up at the stars tonight, ask yourself, based on what you see, where exactly are you right now in your epic yearly journey around the sun? Keep looking up, and thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.